uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. Readers of freedomsphoenix.com are constantly provided the information that detail the real news between the lines of propaganda about government policies and the true relationship we all have with coercive governments. Learn the true condition of our economy, innovations and technological breakthroughs in energy, health, computer science, and space travel. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media, the media that is so last century. Corporate media has evolved into nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but we now have a fantastic alternative. freedomsphoenix.com provides constant news updates on the issues that affect our lives in the most important ways. Our liberty and our property are under constant attack, and freedomsphoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda while encouraging the participation of our readers. Join us at freedomsphoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, phoenix.com. freedomsphoenix.com, where the revolution between the ears has already matured.
Freedom's the answer. What's the question? You're listening to Ernest Hancock.
Welcome back to Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, from Freedom's Phoenix Studios. Freedom's with an S. Phoenix.com. FreedomsPhoenix.com here in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, it's pretty self-explanatory, but the segment that they did, they were talking about the people that went to Gifford's hospital room. It's all about, attack against one of the elite is attack against all the elite kind of thing. And they were talking about the one person that didn't come, they made a big deal, was Speaker of the House, Boehner. I think I say Boehner, but I don't know how you pronounce it. Boehner, I guess is what it's supposed to be. And they were talking about him not going and how that was indicative of him not caring or something like that. That was like a big deal. And I'm listening to him. And I when they requested that I do it, I only had 3 minutes prep. And so I find, whatever, as long as it's live. And I looked them up and everything. And I could see that they were proud to be, we're progressive radio. So I already know where this is going. I've been a producer and a talk show host on the very popular Air America affiliate here in Phoenix for years. So me and Charles, they're token libertarians, I produced for Charles and I had a show. And the thing is that you talk to the left, and where I had the most, if I had to talk to a progressive Democrat or a neocon conservative, where would I have the most overlap? Well, oftentimes it was more with the left. Now, financially, during the 90s, you'd think that you had more in common with the right, and that's the perception that they have of libertarians. In fact, here in Arizona, the left, the Democratic Party, was sending out to all Republican voters hit pieces on the Libertarian candidate. Oh, you don't want to vote for the Libertarian candidate because he's for, no gun control, and he's for doing away with Obamacare, and he's for, what they were doing advertising for him is what they were doing. And they're of the perception that then, of course, then more Republicans would be voting for the Libertarian, pull votes from them, they win. Well, I don't know how much it worked out. Maybe it did a little bit, but, it's just that's the mentality. I think they just turn dials, do what they want anyway. But the one thing that I could get out of their rhetoric was that, of course, they wanted more gun control. And they wanted to have, Ernest Hancock, you're the guy that, brought guns, the Obama thing, so on. We want to see what he has to say. Well, we'll go ahead and start it and see how far we get into it, and you'll get the drift.
It's questionable. Now, there's another talk show host who might have a different take on all of this. He joins us on the line right now from Arizona. He is Ernest Hancock. Ernest, welcome to the program, sir.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me and help make sense of all of this.
Well, actually, we think we're making sense of it all by ourselves, sir, but we are interested in having your take on a particular question, and that is the question of the availability of guns to those who are perhaps not mentally capable of handling them properly in Arizona. You were part of a very high-profile event in 2009, wherein you and several people associated with your radio program were protesting an event wherein the president spoke.
Yes.
and you were brandishing firearms. I guess that's the only real term we can use for what was going on there. People carrying assault weapons, people wearing weapons holstered on their person. What is your response to the question or the suggestion that perhaps there should be a ban on weapons within 1,000 feet of members of Congress?
It's always interesting how members of Congress elevate themselves to a higher level. It's like this. Not only do they serve the elite,
many of you
they are
yesterday
the elite.
were shocked
It's like a royalty.
when you
and
saw right
to
here
have
for the
any
first
kind of legislation that would give them special rights or privileges immediately, it just sets very badly with me.
But
I don't know why it wouldn't with you.
But there are elected representatives, sir, and we already are elected president. Because our elected president, threats made against the life of the elected president are a capital offense, are they not?
Aren't threats made against me a violation of law also?
No, they're not. No, they're not. Well, they're not a crime. They're not a crime per se. In fact, depending on the nature of if we were to get into semantics here.
It begs to ask the question right there, why would another individual, because of a title or something, have some type of a special law for them that doesn't apply to me? That makes them royalty.
Why would cops have special consideration in terms of death penalty cases when it comes to a murder? A regular citizen is murdered?
That's exactly my point. You're making my point.
Well, so you don't think that police officers should be held to a different standard with respect to death penalty in a murder case?
So you're saying when someone kills a police officer or they kill a family member of mine, that the punishment should be different if they kill a police officer?
I'm asking you if there is a difference between the two.
No, they're human beings.
So there's no difference. So then we have your take on that. Why do you think it is that Arizonans should not be held to any kind of standard to have concealed weapons?
You want statistics or a philosophical answer?
Statistics can be manipulated. I'd love your personal philosophy on why you think anyone in Arizona or anyone else should have a concealed weapon regardless of their mental state.
I'm not willing to go to regardless of their mental state. It's just that who gets to determine what their mental state is?
The government, because that's why we elect them.
Yeah, see, I'm a libertarian, so you can understand that I would have a totally different perspective than you. And I look at it that here in Arizona, we have been in this battle for a cultural change so people understand that as human beings with the ability to defend ourselves against aggression, that there shouldn't be a monopoly of that ability with government, that as a free society, we should be able to defend ourselves with whatever means available.
What do you need? What do you need to defend yourself, Ernest? What do you need to? Here's my question. And it's very simple. The right to bear arms was, if we want to be an originalist like Justice Antonin Scalia, the right to bear arms pertained to, at the time of its writing, a musket. A musket was sufficient to protect yourself back then. Now, I'll grant you, I'll concede that, the development of different weapons over time, handguns and better rifles, etc., they qualify as arms. But what do you need? Do you need a 30-round clip for a 9mm handgun to defend yourself? Do you need that?
I may or I may not. I just don't want the government to be able to make that determination.
But you know what, Ernest? The government tells you what to do every time you stop at a stop sign, sir. That's the government saying, you know what? This intersection might not be safe. We're going to put up signs that say everybody has to stop before they can go so that people are safe. That's the government telling you what to do. How do you imagine a world without the government ever telling you what to do about anything?
Free.
What?
I imagine a world that's free without being told what to do.
That's anarchy, sir.
I pick my battles. We try and make it very clear why we take certain positions, and it's all about the sanctity of the individual, the ability of an individual to make a decision for themselves and take responsibility for their decisions. And in this shooting, none of the real questions are ever even asked. It's already.
We'll go ahead and finish that when we come back. But you can see, I was being nice, but We had an interesting conversation. We'll finish it when we come back. You guys don't go away. You'll find it of interest. We'll be right back.
This is Ernest Hancock. I'm publisher of freedomsphoenix.com and the radio talk show host of Declare Your Independence. Now, I want to give you my personal endorsement of a wealthy U.S. citizen that is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He's produced a video for you. It's a real eye-opener, and I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to watch it. www.endofamerica, the numbers 1 and 7.com. Endofamerica17.com. This video has the history of how we got where we are now and where we're going and why. Now, it's a lengthy video. It'll be about 20 minutes, but you need to watch this so you understand what's going to happen to this country and how you can protect your wealth and even benefit financially. Now, you go there. It's free. I want you to watch this video. You need to have this information so that you can survive the economic collapse that's coming to America. It's not if, it's when. That's End of America, the numbers 1 and 7.com. After you watch it, you'll understand why I endorse it.